Welcome to RIPPLECAST. I'm your host, Andre. We're going to talk about the Connecticut Career Choices Film Challenge. Matt, did I get that right?
You did get that right, Andre.
CCC. As much as it's a film challenge, as I've seen the format, it's very interesting. It sounds to me equally as much a film challenge as it is a race. It's equal parts endurance, speed, and teamwork. So, having said that, I'm here with Matthew Rowood and Chris Farrell, last year's winner. Matt is from the organizing committee, and they're going to tell us more about CCC. Matt?
Because I think, Andre, you're right, it is a race. And the start begins when the film's criteria is released on a Friday morning at 7 a.m. As soon as they hear that starting whistle, there's no time to be lost. They have to start working on their idea immediately. They need to determine what kind of things they need to do, whether or not they have to quickly produce a storyboard or create a script, or whether or not they feel confident enough with their idea that they can improvise on the spot. But very quickly they need to begin filming. So you probably want to have a film shot within 48 hours, because editing also consumes up a lot of time. But ultimately, the finish line is on Monday evening at 7 p.m. 84 hours.
84 hours.
84 hours.
From ready, get, set, go to finish line. So Chris, and we will, as one of the links to this RIPPLECAST, direct you to a viewing of Chris's winning entry from last year, so you'll be able to enjoy that. I know I did. Chris, do you want to tell us about your winning entry? What was it about, and how did the concept evolve?
Well, we had, like Matt said, we had some criteria that needed to be on our video. Such things like you needed a red article of clothing, you needed the sound of a phone ringing, you needed an extreme close-up shot, like really close up, and you needed to use three characters, one of three characters. There was the son of the mayor, who was a very environmental friendly. There was a cashier working at the Gap who was addicted to chocolate. She loved chocolate. And then there was Max, who wanted to go to college for engineering.
You know, ultimately it's about being creative with what you have.
Yes.
I always get told creativity loves constraint. We want to have it as an open content, so the students can choose what kind of story that they want to produce.
Yeah.
But ultimately we need to put in specific items that need to be included as the content in the film to make sure the film's produced within that 84 hours.
It's a great way to take on responsibility. I mean, once you enter this challenge, you want to go through 110%, because you have to have so many things under control. It's a great way to meet people. You'll meet other schools, talk about ideas, to learn how to use your teamwork effectively. Each team member has to have a specific role and to communicate with them. And it's a great way to get yourself known if your video succeeds in your contest.
Chris got invited to a premiere at Triple Threat Television, and you know, I've sometimes used Chris to present some of his work at conferences, and I've had filmmakers come up to me, and I'm like ready to get my card out, and they kind of bypass me and go straight to Chris. And want to connect with Chris, right? You know?
It's like Matt said, I did get invited to a premiere at for Triple Threat Studios. It's in New York. The head producer, Gary Cohen, won lots of Emmys and just produced a movie for ESPN that was recently released. And another great outcome, which I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, is that it's being shown at the Connecticut Film Festival. Not the Student Film Festival, the Film Festival, which is really, I mean, to have your work as a student being shown at a very prestigious film festival is mind-boggling.
Matt, my parting question for you would be, why are you calling it Career Choices Film Challenge? Why Career Choices?
It's objective. It's connected to the state initiative called Connecticut Career Choices. The ultimate objective of Connecticut Career Choices is to develop a 21st century workforce in the state of Connecticut that is equipped with the skills needed to tackle the challenges that face our future. And you know, the idea of creating this real world challenge, the real world experience rather, within this challenge, hearing Chris talk about some of the challenges that he faced, the teamwork, the need to have a deadline, produce something in a very tight deadline. These are all things that are needed in the 21st century. And then ultimately focusing on that very specific niche, the fact that we do have a digital media and film industry in Connecticut, which is growing. And you know, if you can produce a great film like Chris does in 84 hours, I think you have probably a good set of skills. I mean, remember your high school students, I think you've got a really good foundation of a good set of skills that could potentially take you in a direction of having a career in film or digital media right here in the state of Connecticut.
So there you go. What are the dates we're looking forward to?
Right now we're looking forward to the last weekend in March. Okay, registration is opening now. Registration's open, and you can go to CT Student Films, www.ctstudentfilms.org, and register your team, and then you will receive an email with the criteria on the morning at 7 a.m. on Friday, that last weekend in March.